again into another excursion of wonderfulness and happiness and joy. And some apprehension, you know. There's a lot going on, and today I did have a little bit of anxiety from all the stuff that's been coming down the pipe so quickly and so intensely. But I've got to admit that I am with Joshua on this. The Book of One has been a great help, a fantastic help. It's overwhelming. It's intense. It's very emotional, and it rings so incredibly true. Yeah, the Book of One is absolutely impressive, and it seems to me well sourced, and I don't see a lot out there debunking it. And it has such diverse amounts of information in writing that it would be tough for one person or a group to put out that much, especially in that time and age. And one of the things that hit me the strongest is that 11,000 years ago is when they were last here, and that is right post flood. And let me see. Let me pull this up. Let's see, images. All right. Let's see what a good one is that represents. Years. Sorry guys, doing a little bit of research here on the internet while you're on with me, and I shouldn't be doing that, but y'all are just chatting away in the chat room. So let's see. All right, here it is. All right, let me bring this up so I can give some credence to what I'm saying. Here is a general Google search of the temperatures over the past 20,000 years. And here is the most popular one. And I've studied this one a lot. All right. So these are the temperatures over the last 15,000 years. And this was this information was pulled from the Iceland core record, Central Greenland, not Iceland, Central Greenland ice core record. So they did core drilling of Iceland to get temperatures and information of the air that's in the ice pack, because air is trapped every time there's more snow within that snowpack. As it accumulates and stratifies, then you have an accurate record of global temperatures around the world. Here, so Greenland has the oldest ice sheet. Supposedly goes back 50 million years, from what I understand. What concerns us is the last 15,000 years. So before this spike here, our average global temperature was roughly 15 to 20 degrees Celsius colder than it was here. Again, that's globally, but around the equator, where the Sphinx was, Giza Plateau, and many of the most awesome sites and oldest sites in the world, oldest temples, were along the equator, and they lived very, very comfortable. Temperatures were very, very comfortable, and they didn't have any seasons, so they didn't have to dress for cold weather or warm weather. It was just one beautiful season all the time. Yes, I know. So, so then, as it, as it was generally cooler around the world, then something really big caused the world to heat up. Really big spike. But notice it didn't get hotter than our normal temperatures. So we had an event happen, but it wasn't a superheated event. But the temperature globally rose. Again, not to an extreme amount, but to an amount. And so then the temperatures, inexplicably, for no reason, dropped, and they stayed reasonable for a while, a little bit of a peak, a little bit of a valley, and then it dropped significantly again with another rise, and then boom, a deep cooling, the Younger Dryas cooling. Dryas is a flower that grows in Arctic weather, and so there's the older Dryas, which is before the Pike, right here. This is the older Dryas period, and then this is the newer, younger Dryas period. And then suddenly, for no explicable reason, our temperatures just suddenly shoot up. And this is before Trump, before Bush, before the United States, before capitalism, and so you can't blame capitalism for this global warming. And then it rose comfortably here, and this is 8,000 years ago. Very key number. 8,000 years ago, we had our planet go into the warming cycle that it is in right now, which is a significant difference with no explanation. But if you go back here, 11,000 years ago, it was just an interesting time in the world. So we just don't know what happens. This chart says a lot, and we didn't know about this whenever they were doing that interview of Ra, the Law of One, and he was giving information. And let me make a quick correction. This is 11,000 years ago. All right, this is BC AD, so this is 10,000 years ago. Where the 8 is 10,000 years ago, and then right here, 11,000 years ago, coincidentally, is when Ra and their people arrived on our planet. And it wasn't only them; there was another group with them, a different group. So, yeah, some very interesting happens. The Law of One speaks of that time period, and we really had no sense of this back then. It's these ice core samples that led to this breakthrough, and also, God, cannot remember his name. He's worked with Graham Hancock, in deciphering when the Great Flood happened, and I can't believe that I cannot remember his name. I got to work hard to find it, guys. Sorry, Graham, because he deserves recognition. All right, his new book, America Before, is excellent, by the way. Anything he writes. And I believe the gentleman wrote the foreword. Oh, I hate that I have these brain blocks. And I know somebody's probably screaming it in the comment section. I'll have to do that research later. But anyways, back when in the 60s and 70s, there was no notion of the Great Flood. It wasn't taken seriously, and so it just wasn't really talked about in the scientific circles, especially these scientific circles, because anything biblical was just disregarded. So yeah, The Law of One is a powerful read. Robert Duvall is good. No, it's not Robert Duvall. He's an American. I'm just such a huge fan. Oh, I know how I'm going to find out. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, because he was on the Graham Hancock. There he is. Hey, sick freak.
3, 2.
Randall Carlson. God. Oh, that's just 48 hours. I couldn't think of Randall Carlson's name, but it's a complicated name. He lives in Atlanta, and he's a brilliant man. Brilliant man. If Brian Forrester is brilliant as well. No, Randall Carlson. And he is just one of the great thinkers of the world. That's him right there. And he is like all of us in this group. He is self-taught because academic circles are no longer investigating stuff. They're just regurgitating stuff so that students regurgitate. Well, Randall he grew up in the Midwest, and in the great scablands, and just in the Midwest alone, in the Midwest you just have this giant trenched out, scarved out land. And one day Carlson was looking as a young man. He's like, this was a giant river a long time ago. This had to be. And when he asked about it, oh shoot, there you go. There's Randall Carlson. Sorry. Yep. This guy's freezing up on me. Oh, I'm having technology issues, friends. All right. All right, that's Randall right there. And let me get my second camera going, because you got to have backups. Where are you, second camera? There you are. Bear with me. All right. There we go. Excellent. And now I need to bring you up here. Yep, this is why you don't do live TV. Let's see. Got that, got that. Oh no, I don't do it from here. Sorry, guys. There, there, there. Yeah, I'll do that. All right. I already had it there. All right. So you're gone. Sorry, folks. Yeah, it's funny. Partha, myself, we just have technology troubles. All right, drop you out. All right, I'm back. Now I just can't see y'all's commentary. So Randall Carlson has figured out on his own that there was a great flood, and that it happened. It doesn't look right. And it happened. No, I gotta fix that. And he said, you know, his thing is, you know, it didn't happen millions of years ago. It happened recently. So Randall figured out that something happened. A great flood happened, and it originated in the North American ice cap, and that being impacted by something or somehow affected, and that it had a massive melt, and it created this whole channeled area. And I was living in Oakland, in San Francisco area. I was working in San Francisco and living in Oakland, and I walked in the Oakland Hills. And the Oakland Hills are beautiful, and they oversee the amazing San Francisco Bay. And as I was walking in these hills, you know, probably about 300 or 400 feet up, when you looked in the side of the hill and looked at the dirt and mud, you see a bunch of rolled rock in there, rolled river rock. So the Oakland Hills consists of mud and rolled river rock of all sizes. You know, and how does rolled river rock get up 350 feet, and much less create a whole mountain line, hill line? And that's because of the Great Flood. So all of that rolled river rock is from the Midwest, and it exited in San Francisco, and it also created the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon was not created over time. It was a rapid event. Randall Carlson thinks it was a week. That took a week to empty all that out. So, whoa, you're frozen too? Not good. All right. I'm taking a break, guys. I've got some work to do on my systems. This is not good. So I will be back shortly. Wow, nothing's working. Whew, music's all locked up and everything. I can't even play Bongo Madness. Here we go. Whew. All right, I'll be back. Oh yeah, they're not going to keep me down. No, 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 no. Nope. I know my business, and I can fix technical issues. As long as I have a signal, I will be transmitting. All right, I am back up. Check here, and very happy. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Partha, Angel, and I, all of us, we just have huge technical issues. My headset's not working anymore. My microphone's not working there. So I have to go get a new one of those tomorrow. Really aggravated about that. So worked through those technical issues. We're talking about Randall Carlson and just a lot of information that the Law of One puts forth was just not available in the 70s, in the 60s and 70s, when this experiment took place. And then the level of detail and the conversation and all the structure and just the voluminous amount of information that came out, it was exhaustive. So for one person just to crank this out, I just don't see a lot of debunking out there for it either. So it's pretty, thanks Nemesis. We got some, little disco action going on. That's right. 70s, disco was good times, man. Hey, Ali, Thor, I hardly know ye. Hey, Captain Realist. So Joshua, yeah, man. The Law of One is the bomb diggity. Yeah, everything was all frozen. So I think I got it all taken care of now. Yeah, this what we're getting from the queue now is a young man channeling. So basically, the same thing that Ra talking to us through that effect, and also, we have many people in this room that do channeling, and they can't explain what they see and experience, but they know that it does come true. I've had that happen myself. I can't predict anything, but I've had some massive deja vus occur. So we all know something. Well, these guys formalize the process, and just the information that has come out is powerful and compelling. Oh, Michelle, you missed disco. I'm so sorry. I was a young man. I was a teen when disco was hitting. So we'd go to the dances, and there was music we danced to music in the 80s, in the early 80s, late 70s, when we were at the school gym doing dances. We were dancing disco style. That was bad. It was embarrassing. Oh man, and I am old enough to remember when Michael Jackson's Thriller came out. Whoo, man! And I was in my teens. I was a freshman in high school, and when we were at a dance or some function, and the DJ laid down that Michael Jackson that everybody was waiting for, everybody hit the dance floor. I don't care who you were or how clumsy you were. I was iffy on punk. Came and went, but I wasn't in fucking Northern Ireland either, man. And, I wasn't in Great Britain where you just had that edge, Yeah, the young and then the stodgy old imperialistic ways. For every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. Trump just didn't make himself. He's a reaction to what's been happening politically in the United States. Punk didn't create itself. You just don't find an affiliation too much in rural America with punk music. You got to get into your bigger cities, and then when you get to big city, you have a punk scene. But in rural America, if it's not Hank Williams Jr., then it's Hank Williams Sr. Oh yeah, showing our ages. But it's just your society speaks to you, and so all of this for me means that, you know, for everybody that's asleep and walking and living life, they need to be asleep, walking, and living their life. The event is going to involve everybody, but the event is going to be easy for some and difficult for others. That we have been made clear throughout all the old age histories. And for us, looking at the UFO that we saw this morning, that was doing that's creating the EMPs, the CMEs, that craft that's close to the sun, that UFO that's close to the sun, that spacecraft that's close to the sun. I mean, that just makes it super, super real, you know? It's not someone about talking about seeing a spaceship in the sky, you know, or one of those Tic Tacs flying through the air, like the Navy has recorded. This is big. This is next to the sun, and it's generating CMEs. It's generating EMPs, electromagnetic pulses. And why I call it EMPs is because you can just see something strong radiating out of the sun, and the only thing that it is energy, and so it's radio energy. It's a radio frequency of some level. You know, magnetism is a radio frequency. It all has to do with frequencies, guys. The Ramones, the New York Dolls, yeah. Lou Reed, The Clash, Sex Pistols, Stiff Little Fingers. God, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Yeah, that music represented something. So humans are living their lives, and they should be living them as they are. We shouldn't look to wake them up. You know, if they're our family members, if they're anybody that we care for, we don't want to wake them up because all it does is scare the fuck out of you. Yeah, I'm going to be demonetized to Texas and back, but I can definitely. Oh, you saw the Clash in '84? Wow, that was a height of the Clash. That was a height of yeah. '84 was big, very, very big. My number one band, my favorite band of all time, except when it gets stupid political, is U2. Yep, I love an Irish rock band. That's my number one band. They've kind of fallen off because Bono just I don't know, the whole global warming thing, and he just became unrealistic in some senses. So number one or two, U2, and then I'm definitely a white guy, old rocker, Rush and Dave Matthews Band. Those are my yeah, Roxette. They put some music out. Good dance stuff. Bono, he has good intentions. He knows that he has a mouthpiece, that he has a megaphone, and he just wants, he wants love. He wants everything, all love, all time, blah blah blah. We all want it, but the world, the road to hell is always paved with the finest of intentions. You just lose sight sometimes. But I know that Bono comes from a good place. But the music he played, the boys played, man, Sunday Bloody Sunday, come on. If that didn't hit you, if that didn't get you right in the soul, those lyrics, loved it. It was kind of an awakening for me too. I gotta say, Bono did a little bit of of a political wake up for me. So I don't have to give them, I don't have to pick on them too much. But that's just how we are. You know, we are set in our world, we're set in our things, and if we start showing people this UFO that are not ready to see it against the sun, they'll freak out and then they'll get depressed and then they'll have anxiety. And that's why the government doesn't tell us the truth, because it's depressing. Because if we are elevating from 3D to 5D, then all of this that we have, that many of us really enjoy, are going to be losing it. And even though we are going to a finer place, it's some place that we really can't imagine. Some of us can, but most of us can't. So, I've been really not rethinking, but the way I'm doing this, I'm very happy. I want to talk to the people of the Q. I don't want to become a big YouTuber. I don't want to get a lot of attention. I just want to give answers to people that are seeking the answers, and give it in a way that they feel confident in, and that's the best the Breadcrumbs Project can do, because we don't make up the news. We're not excited about the stuff we see. We just see breadcrumbs and report them. And I wouldn't know about Wages World if it wasn't for you people. Bunch of crumbs. My fellows, my colleagues of the crumb. Wow, Nemesis. Is your aunt's husband deaf? Because there's only one way that rock set played, and that was loud. Oh, man. I'm not an Iron Maiden fan, but I have a lot of respect for them. A lot of respect. They respect their fans. They're funny as hell, and they're not who everybody thinks they are. So if you're not a Maiden person, you don't understand Iron Maiden. You think, they're a devil band, especially because of Eddie, and Ed Force One, so cool. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. So no, it's we do our thing here. We work hard here. We do our research here. We become comfortable with the knowledge that we have, so that we can share it as we do. I mean, we've had Q people come in, and none of them said, "You're nuts." Everyone has taken something from this, and probably follows us quietly. People are watching the videos, and the reactions are respectful. So we're doing good work here. It's just not for everybody, and it's not for the masses. It's for those who come seeking. They'll have answers, solid answers. If you're the UFO community, if you're the Q community, if you're the spiritual community, some of the answers we have are going to scare the living crap out of you, but we have answers. And those that come seeking will take what they want and then leave, or they'll, like all of you, they'll stay. And then we have Captain Realist, who's just a cheerleader for the event. He's like, can we do it tomorrow? Can this thing happen tomorrow, please? Because I'm over ready. I'm super ready. His timer popped a long time ago. Now. Not tomorrow. Now. And yeah, cool that. Hey, Michelle. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. How's the weather in New York? Hi, Roger. Welcome to the Breadcrumbs Project. Yeah, so we're going to continue to do our work, compile the information that we compile, and continue the conversation. But flip side is, you guys got work to do, man. You got to read that Law of One, man. Whoo, 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 whoo. Hot and rainy in New York. The heck is going on, man? There's two things that New York generally is not, if I understand, and we're talking about upper state New York. We're not talking New York City, but generally speaking, New York's not a hot place. I don't have a lot of air conditioning around there. Yeah, there's a lot of chaos, that's for sure. Yep. Yeah. Antifa is very well funded and international. Absolutely. It will hit most of the big uh, Western democracies that have a significant left. Um, Sweden kicked them out. Sweden kicked Antifa out. I think, yeah, there's a couple of countries that said, no, you're terrorists. You're out of here. Yeah, I think so, Michelle. It's weather here in northern Spain, northwestern Spain is just insane. Uh, if we have cloud cover, it's cold. If there's no cloud cover, then it's hot, and it's a hot that we're not used to here. Yeah, the riots in Paris are still going on a year on, the Yellow Vest movement. Now, you see, that's a real movement. That's your middle class fighting back. The thing that's happening in America is not representative of your middle class. You know, the thing that's happening in Paris is because the middle class has just been squeezed out. There are no more jobs pretty much for the middle class. All of your small villages are dying off. All the young people have to go to the big cities to work and want to go to the big cities to work. There's no jobs in rural France to maintain the population. And then Macron hits them with this carbon tax, climate change car tax on gasoline, and the French are taxed to the teeth. And then he does what a good economist would do: you lower taxes on the wealthy, so they start investing and spending more, which they're not doing in France. They're getting their money out of France. So it's not going. When you put in a socialist ideal, it's hard to bring in capitalism again. Once you've gone fully socialist, you're just hard to be a capitalist again. And that's kind of also what's happening with America. You have a huge leftist movement that's socialist in thinking and ideology, leftist. But America's middle class, man, this is not spreading to small town America or even middle town America. This is just happening in big cities that have uh, a good bit of poor and uneducated people. Um, Usually now we call them the druggy class. They're not a criminal class; they're just a druggy class, and they don't have any respect for law or authority. They have no belief system. There's just me, loot, 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 party, 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 break stuff, and it's just the disaffected youth. Oh God, yeah, the farmers. Whoo, in France too. Yeah, the farmers that's protest. See, that's real protest. That's what's happening in the United States right now. Well, the one thing that all of the police death, the police related deaths of minorities have in common is that the minorities were the people that died were resisting arrest. Okay? So that's just gotten more intense over the last 8 years, this whole resisting arrest thing. And this guy Floyd that died, he was passing off counterfeit money. You have to arrest somebody that's passing out counterfeit money. There's not the police have no other choice. But he was making all the choices. It wasn't the color of the skin, it was the choices being made. And you had 3 police officers that were trying to restrain this giant of a man, this muscle-bound, huge man. Every person that has died in police custody was resisting arrest. That's caused a big, massive upheaval. If you're being arrested, get arrested and have your day in court. Resisting arrest is not going to stop you from getting arrested. Resisting arrest is going to mean you're going to be arrested and damaged and possibly die. You know? I know people say, oh, cops are mean. Cops are... Yes, it sucks too. It's hard to be a cop. Don't fuck with them, man. If you have bad cops, there are remedies. There are remedies. It's easy to find a bad cop in the system now. Usually the cops know there's a bad cop. They're just like, dude, you're going to get us in trouble. You're gonna mess things up for all of us. So, no, man, I've got too many friends. I owe so much to police officers throughout my life. Have I been in rough situations with police officers? Yeah, I was young. I did stupid things. Did they see I was young and stupid? Yeah. Did they give me a talking to? Yeah. Did they ruin my life? No. They could have. But they knew I was being young and stupid and probably consuming alcohol, in the process and making stupid decisions. So they protected me from myself. Thank you, many police officers in Louisiana. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, the farmers in France, all the farmers in the European Union are struggling. It's not just France. All the farmers in the European Union are struggling. The European Union, in my opinion, is not healthy. It is not a healthy system, and so it's under a lot of strain right now, and I foresee problems. Any questions, guys? I know I'm babbling about different things, European Union, but it's all part of the Great Awakening process. You know, we have to open our eyes. No, we have to. We have a chance and a choice to open up our eyes and see things as they are. The red pill, and there's nothing that makes me want to take a blue pill. I've never been in the blue pill. I've never been inside of the Matrix because I was born into the State Department, the American Embassy system, and the diplomatic corps, and those guys don't fill their heads with nonsense. You have CIA officers there. You have national security people. You have people that deal with very sensitive situations and very sensitive information at all times. If people knew what happened, what goes on in the embassy system, they would scream, scandalous, scandalous. But you're controlling information. That's what embassies do. And it's, so what the conversations that my parents were having at the table was not matching what Walter Cronkite was saying. And my dad's last station was in Guatemala, and that was a time when there was networks allowed, TV networks could go into other countries, and so we had an American news station there, a small channel where we could watch American news and shows and in music videos, like a Rhinestone Cowboy played like 2,000 times a day. I mean, they played that thing over and over again. They didn't have a lot of music videos to play, but my dad would watch Walter Cronkite, and he would just get mad because that's not what's happening. And my dad had to go serve a year in Vietnam in the State Department, not active duty military, but he was armed to the teeth, and he did have helmet and flak jacket. He was trained. He was Air Force trained, so he was military trained. And he said, you know, what the people are saying in the news, son, that's not what's happening over there. And that's all he said. My dad had oodles of security clearances, so he couldn't talk details, but he could have spousal and family talk, but he could never, you know, give details, and he wouldn't do it at the table, especially with the children there. They would be very high-level conversations, but I knew that what the news was saying at a young age was not what was really happening. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. 11:24. Nitesh, good night. Oh, that's very cool, Michelle. Tell your stepdad thank you for his service, and thank you for continuing his service. Yeah, there's a brotherhood in the military. You know, if you're a veteran, there's a brotherhood. You know, we do what we can for each other at all times. And as you see, whenever a vet comes into the chat room, we have a private conversation, kind of. You know, what was your MOS? What was this? You know, kind of like girls gossiping. Da, 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 da. But we are a brotherhood. And again, got a question. How do we create Aether? Roger Prescott, that's a great question. That is something we can investigate here. We don't have those kind of answers. Breadcrumbs Project we investigate. We have some answers, but a brilliant question like that, we don't have an answer. What I will say, Roger, is investigate it as a member of the Breadcrumbs Project. Do some investigations, and a lot of times I will shut up because there's people in the comment thread that educate us, that really bring us great information, like something like that. Nemesis has done that. Michelle has really brought some stuff to us. Then we have our guests from India that come in, Partha and Angel Hope, and they just fill our heads, man. And you know, I'm having technical issues. I don't have a headphone, so I can't do an interview adequately. I do have the little earbuds, but they're not working very well either. So I have to do some work on my system here and figure out what's going on. But you know, I kind of needed a break too, because Angel has just brought so much amazing information that I've just had to process it. And one of the best things I have to process it is the Book of One, because a lot of what she has talked about is in and around and surrounds the Book of One. Hi, Love God Lanny. Greetings to you. Welcome to the Breadcrumbs Project. Good to see you. And my river runs to him. Welcome to the Breadcrumbs Project. Yeah, Roger's brilliant. There's your answer. Hey, great question, Roger Prescott. Go check out Mud Fossil University. A gentleman by the name of Roger, who's just as brilliant as could be, works it. He comes up with a lot of speculations. I say 70-80% of it I agree with him on. There's about 20% where I'm like, I don't know, Raj. But he does the hard work. And when you do research like I do, like he does, not everything is going to be 100% right. You know, if you can get 60% of your research in an investigation to be good, solid stuff to yield results, you're doing all right. Love is powerful. It's the most powerful, powerful, powerful human feeling. And the law of one is something we're talking about right now. Love Gadilani. I don't know if you've heard about it. Um, it's the law of one, and it's 20. I think it's 26 books total of material, um, of, of, of research, and it talks fundamentally that the creator, and there is one creator, one overwhelmingly divine creator. We are all connected. So it basically talks of soul, and it also speaks of love and light. Ra, the subject of the book, talks about love and light. That's the greeting. That's the whole power of the universe is love and light. And in when you get into your higher dimensions, we are three-dimensional creatures. They speak of fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, or six densities. We're a third density or third dimension, and then you have higher dimensions, higher densities, and all of them are built on love and light, believe it or not. Nancy, I agree. If you don't have love of self, then you can't fundamentally transform yourself or begin to reach your higher self. So if you have self-loathing, then it's just going to be almost impossible to reach your higher self. But if you love yourself and you care for yourself and you educate yourself and you give yourself the nurturing that you need mentally and spiritually, you'll receive a higher self. Or you can work really hard, make a lot of money, and think you find happiness there. How about that, Joshua? Jinx, you owe me a Coke. There you go, Michelle. Yeah. Yeah, that is, it's okay to love yourself in whatever form you're in, you know? Are you funny? Are you smart? You know? And for those things that you lack, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Man, I mean, have you seen somebody that's like perfect? Yeah, you go to New York City. Go to New York City, and you know, look at all those rich people and all the billionaire bankers and stockbrokers and hedge fund managers. They don't look happy to me. You know, I've honestly never met a happy millionaire. I've had the pleasure of knowing many, actually, many, and many people of wealth. They may have not been millionaires, but they you know, lawyers, CEOs, CFOs. Stressed? Yes. Regrets? Lots. You know, generally happy, generally okay, but they're always worried about their money. You know, and they're always worried about their looks, how they are in society, how they're perceived, whether this person's talking to me because they want my money or they're legit. You know, and then poor people sing, laugh, give you the shirts off their backs in Guatemala, in Mexico. Happiest people I know. Are they hungry? Are they struggling? Yeah, but they do it together. You know, they're in the struggle together. When you're in a millionaire family, you're all alone. Wow, very cool, love God. Thank you for that information. Yeah, smart people are very introverted. But I see no links. Okay, I'll put my video on comments unless it's not okay. You're free to do, yeah, you can do whatever you want, Roger. Just be polite. That's all we ask here. You know, you can disagree with us. You can move information on here as you like. We just ask for people to be polite, and of course, you are being very polite. Um, and we are very protective of trolls. Everybody that's new here, you know, sometimes you feel uncomfortable presenting your ideas. Know that you're very safe here. We have all of our Blue Wrench people. They are our mods, our moderators, and they don't take any nonsense from any trolls. So you're not going to be picked on for your thoughts or anything that you post or share, Roger. Yeah, Venus doesn't look right, the moon doesn't look right, the sun doesn't look right. Something's up. And of course, there's that UFO that is hitting us with CMEs. All right, Roger. I won't have a chance to see it now, but I'll definitely catch it later. And if you want to email me anything, Roger, it's the breadcrumbs project at gmail.com. The breadcrumbs project. There's a lot of us at gmail.com. That may be a better avenue for you. But definitely post in the comments. I don't know if you can post in the comments. A lot of my, yeah, I think you have to be a moderator or the channel owner to put a shortcut in the comment section, Roger. Hey, Rhoda. Rhoda, are you Zoroastrian? Oh, you're welcome. Welcome to the family, Roger. Welcome. Yes. Nemesis is a small N. That's what I think. I've been wanting to talk to you. Rhoda, would you mind coming on the channel to be interviewed? Was that something you would be up for? Because I would love to talk to you. In the same way that, you know, in a Zoom meeting, like I talked to Partha and Angel Hope, who just fill our heads, man. Oh my Lord. I have brain cells just saying, no, no, don't talk to them. They hurt us. Yeah, yeah, that's one of the things I really like, and I'm going to make sure that we keep the number in the chat room slow. Okay, okay, Rhoda. You know, I'm a very big fan of Zoroastrian. If you can find somebody that would come on the channel, a knowledgeable person, that would be great too. I just want to introduce all of my community here to Zoroastrianism and to the messenger, Zoroastra, and for everybody to understand how old this is, and you know the mind-blowing similarities between the Sumerian society and the Indus Valley Society. You cannot deny the link of those two groups and their age. Cool, Rhoda. Cool, 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 cool. I know there's a Zoroastrian society in New York, I believe. Or is it San Francisco? In one of the coasts, one of the big cities, in either in San Francisco or in New York. I know there's a Sumerian society in San Francisco too. I just wasn't big into them when I was there. Yeah, and you know, and the legacy and the worship process of Zoroastrianism is simple yet complicated. You know, if you go into the temple and to perform the sacred rites, well, those are very complicated and ancient. And I don't even know if those rites are written. I think those are passed on orally. But for you as a human being to participate in Zoroastrianism, you just have to do three things: think good thoughts, say good things, and do good deeds. And you're a Zoroastrian, without the responsibility of having to go to temple and and participate in all the rites and services that go on. Zain Dalal. I will look up Zain Dalal. You know, and there's not a lot that the Zoroastrian community um, that does the temple worship, the inside stuff, can share with us, because it doesn't make sense to us because it's so old, but yet it has a transcending message that each generation understands and is obliged to pass on. And so, while I want to talk to a Zoroastrian participant, and the higher up they are, the more it would help us just to define certain understandings and just clarifications and stuff that I can't even think of to mention right now. Okay, I think I may have seen one of his videos. I'm not sure. Well, drop me an email with some of his videos if you can, Rhoda at Rhoda Reporter at the Breadcrumbs Project at gmail.com. I know you sent me an email once, and but let's go ahead and build up that dialogue. And I think it's something that Partha and Angel would enjoy as well. Alias, there you go. Who are the Zoroastrians? That's a question I can answer. Zoroastrianism is the oldest Western religion on the face of the planet. Yeah, I could say that. It's it started in the Sumerian society, in the Sumerians, which is the oldest civilization that we have after the Great Flood. They didn't have a precursor. There was no older civilization that evolved into the Sumerian society. They just, boom, showed up and were building ziggurats. And ziggurats are big, old, tall mud brick buildings, super, super tall. I'm talking about 400, 500, 600 feet tall. I mean, these were gigantic structures, precursors to the pyramids, some would say. And they didn't, like I said, they didn't start up and evolve and get there. They just came in, boom, boom, boom. Babylon was a Sumerian society. The Temple of Babel, the Tower of Babel. The Tower of Babel is based on a Sumerian idea, which is the Tower of Babel was a ziggurat, and the humans had decided to build their own ziggurat to connect to heaven, to the gods, and as the story goes, the god came down, or the gods, if you really read the story, the gods came down and were displeased, and the main god said, "I'm going to fix this. I'm going to make sure that no two people speak the same language. They're going to be confused, and they are going to forever be in a confusion where they cannot reach the gods. So they're going to have a sort of amnesia, and that's the Babylon curse, the curse of Babylon." And so in that Sumerian society, and in the creators that we think were on Earth, they were, when they started to depart, they left a messenger, a prophet, and that's Zarathustra. Zarathustra, and he literally flew all over the Middle East, giving the message of the great Creator, which is three simple things. That's all that the Creator was asking of civilization at that time through the prophet Zarathustra, and that's where Zoroastrianism comes in from, and you can see representations of them, and I have them on my system, but since my system's misbehaving, I'm not going to pull them up. But it's an ancient religion. It's the oldest Western religion. Nobody knows about it, but it has a Jewish legacy, because the nation of Israel and Jews are also Sumerians. The unit of money that the Sumerians used 8,000 years ago, 9,000 years ago, was the shekel. And the shekel is Israel's denomination. Oh, I love Zoroastrianism. Love it. Love it. So fundamentally, I'm a Jew boo Huzu. Jew boo Huzu. So Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu, Zoroastrian. And fundamentally, they don't have any problems. There's no disagreement between those religions, and two of them are religion, and only one of them really says you got to pay attention to one God. And I'm fine with that, because right there, the law of one says there's one creator. Ra. Ra, the Ra. R-A. If you know the name Egyptian-wise, yeah, it's that Ra. And that Ra says there's one creator. And then the council that protects the planet. Zoroastrianism in the next generation. Very good. All right. I will be looking that up. I think I have seen one of his videos. What's the question, Alchemist? All right, trying to catch up on the chatting. Ra is a sixth density group soul consciousness helping us along the path to awakening. Yes, thank you for. I was just going to say it just like that, Michelle. Thank you for doing my easy work. The N is a small n in Nemesis. Alchemy, I can tell you that. She doesn't capitalize her N. Oh, now you do capitalize it. When did you go capitalize your N, Nemesis? Yeah, we're wondering about this N situation on Nemesis. Yeah, I noticed that now too. Good job, Alchemy. Yeah, I think with getting her promotion to private, she's getting a little, yeah. Why does what matter, Michelle? Not so subtle to us. Because we like to pick on Nemesis. Sole reason. And she's Irish, so she likes to get picked on. And of course, here comes Epic because he's got to pick on her some more. All right, guys. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm asking you guys to do is to, hey, Graham, is to start reading The Law of One so we can all know what we're talking about here. It's freely available. Google, download it. You can download it as a, or just read it online, or you can go to a YouTube page that has the audio of it. Good one, Alchemy. Yeah, we do. Lisa Carrera, yes, I am in Spain, in Galicia. Well, India, Partha calls it the Mandela effect, the Mandela effect. No, not near Marabella. Northwest coast, Galicia, Muxía to be exact. I'm in Muxía. It's basically where people experience a different reality. And it comes from, the reason it's called Mandela is because a long time a bunch of people thought that Mandela had died, and because sworn that they had heard he died and listened to his widow give a speech, and it wasn't until basically the 2000s that he died, but everybody thought he died in the late 80s, early 90s. Fun fact. Yeah, Ra also talks that there are negative energies, negative influences in our solar system. There you go, Nemesis. All right, I have to go eat. I am starving, and I'm not going to cook tonight. So, first one. I'll start with the first book, and I'm doing it on YouTube, Epic, listening to it while doing other things, while walking or doing some work around the house, and then I have to stop because it's like love and light. Love and light, Rhoda. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we will definitely stay in touch, my friend. Thank you so much. The Law of One is Ra. Thank you so much. I look forward to it. Oh, Michelle always drops gems. Both Michelles always drop gems, man. Yeah, I did notice that. Very nice, Rhoda. Very, very nice. A little bit of code. Tabitha, are you starting the Cat Bowl fights? A2, Tabitha? Oh, I knew it. It's Nemesis, Alchemy Artist. Nemiss. And you're spelling Neniss. Now, I wonder Nemesis is not catching you're misspelling her name. The Perluminati army is growing in size. I hope not, Epic. I just want people to come in and out. And one of our subscribers just mentioned, I don't want to be in a chat room with 444 people. She didn't use 333, which was good. So, small group, consistent, with members of the queue coming in and out. That's what I want. Yep, it's free online, The Law of One. So everybody start reading. So you choose your justice to dispense. Yeah, many watchers, and what we've seen, Andrew, is people come and go. People come and go, and then what they usually do is watch the videos after they've been up. Oh yes. All right. Any other questions? You're a good shadow, Andrew. Nemesis is the worst stalker. I've had far, far, far better. Irish Story, do the same. Take care, my friend. Yeah, it was kind of funny. After I did the video this morning of Wages World and closed the chat room and opened up a second one. Usually after I do that, everybody just comes flooding back in. You know, it'll be 30 or 40 people right back up. After Wages World, I think everybody either went to go watch more of Wages World or something because nobody was chatty after that Wages World video. Very interesting, Love God Landy. Thank you for the information you're bringing here. Chicken. Kind of a wine chicken. Oh man, there's so much different. Come on. Sun, Moon, Venus. Those three right there, way different. Weather is so off for everybody. The clouds are weird. And then we just have a ton of reports of UFOs all over the place. Oh, it's going to be good. Yeah, pollo. Pollo asado is what I'm getting. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's usual people talking, but it's a lot smaller group tonight. That's true. Everybody drops crumbs in here. Y'all are some crumb dropping fools. You're right, Love God. There is definitely a frequency. People use it. Indians are definitely into it. Indians are definitely into opening up the third eye and using frequencies. The Western world have lost all of that. No, they don't. I don't get any emails or high demands. That's for sure. If people want to see me, Andrew. Yeah, we're a messy bunch. It's this is definitely sausage making what we do here, guys. If you're coming into this group and thinking it's going to be a neat, clean conversation or everything's going to go swimmingly, that's not us. That's you. This is not your channel if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for honesty and depth, we've got that. And if you're looking for a half Irish, half English wild man, we definitely got that. Brainy New Yorker, brainy Irish girl. No, I'm sure they don't do fluoride in India. You're welcome, Andrew. My hardworking co-host. Oh yeah. So Nemesis hits us with this. She's been collecting rainwater. It started raining in Ireland all of a sudden for no apparent reason, but thank God it did quench some of those forest fires and quench the land a little bit. But she's got a bunch of iron oxide in the bottom of her bucket from the rain. The fuck? Whoa, Graham. Very interesting. Has that triangle shape been there, or is this just showing up? See? How can taking the dog to the groomers be more important than stalking? You have to take some stalking classes. I'm sure there's something online. Get a little certificate, certified stalker, priorities. Ah, well, they didn't succeed with me. My third eye popped open, and it's going off right now. The water's turned red. How about that, Nemesis? I know, I know. Looks like she wants to remain a private. Tony, no. Oh, well, I can't speak for Partha, but I'm not familiar with Santos Bonaci's astrological theory or research. Yeah, her stalking game is weak, 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 weak. Wow, Graham. Yeah, astrology speaks. It screams. Oh, grand is important. Yeah, no, and in the whole level of hierarchy of stalking, grandma's that's Trump right there. That's playing the Trump card. No, I have no issue with grandma, but the groomer. Oh, I'm sorry, grandma's in a home. That's so hard. So sorry about that, Nemesis. Please give her the love from the entire Breadcrumbs Project. Tell her every single member, all 2,333 subscribers, by the way. Yep, 2,333 subscribers today said hi and thank you, and we love her. Wow, that's interesting, Andrew. Hey, Spartan. Well, we have lost a few trolls. Michelle, can you email it to me at the breadcrumbs project at gmail.com? Oh, I love Cocker Spaniels. Oh, is he black? Black-haired Cocker Spaniel? 333. There you go, Alchemy artist. My poodle's a sheep. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, we're doing fine. How you doing, Spartan? I'm about to jump off here in a minute. Actually, I'm overtime right now. And go get something to eat. I'm starving. I think you're doing better than, well, Spartan, I think you're doing pretty great. A lot of doors are opening for you, that's for sure. So nothing new, Spartan. Just encouraging everybody to start reading their Law of One and start doing that work that has to be done. It is, Spartan. It really, really is. So yeah, everybody, we've become a book club too. Definitely, the Book of One is where a lot of our focus should be. Nope, haven't seen that, love of God. All right, I am doing my cha-cha-cha, guys. Y'all have no questions. Keep the chat going in the chat room, and we'll keep this. This will be going all night. I'll be popping into the chat room. Probably won't be coming online because I do want to make tonight an early night if possible, because I didn't have Partha and Angel fill my head up so full. So I should be able to tuck in early tonight. But I will be in the chat room shortly. Please do. Thank you, Michelle Wise. Yeah, read it or listen to it on YouTube. It's probably easier to listen to it, especially on a job site. Oh, my tummy is giving me a cramp. All right, here we go. Think good thoughts, say good things, do good deeds. We are the Breadcrumb Project. We are wild, we're fun, but we're honest. So, that's how we go.
the course of the game will carry me, my odyssey. Ocean it calls to
Another little journey into discovery and into some greatness. At least we hope so. And we're having fun while we do it. Making some adjustments here. Let's see. What am I going to do with you, light? Just tone you down a little bit. There we go. Soften that light a little bit. And welcome back to, well, no, guys. Welcome me back to the Breadcrumbs Project, because you guys haven't left. All 11 of you. 1-1. 1-1. What's up with that? All right. We're going to brighten the color up here with the lights. Let's see. How's that coming across? Yeah, I've got all kind of tech happening here, guys. Lights, music, action. All right. The Queen Dragons Draco. Draco is very big in and with Partha, the northern hemisphere. Skrillex. Yes, it is. It is a Skrillex. Thank you. Oh, I've missed some stuff, haven't I? I need to stay in the chat room more. But the chicken I had was delicious. I scarfed it down. I didn't even warm it up. And it's just a whole chicken, a whole barbecue chicken and wine. And it's just, oh man, done so well. So I went and got it, brought it back home, and I was going to warm it up and eat it and all that kind of stuff, and it just smells so good, looks so good. Ripped the leg off, ripped the other leg off, and had a thigh. And yeah, stuff was good. Oh, thank you. I've never had a Skrillex song in my head. Oh, I'm blessed. And not that Skrillex, no, I mean, he's brilliant. But it's just not my gig, you know. Skrillex, all that music. What is it? Electronic dance music, ELM. And I'm just having the basic supermarket wine tonight, but it's still Rioja. It's still delicious. Rioja, oh ho ho ho, is delicious. I let you know. Now I did have a little bit of wine with my chicken, just a couple of slurps to take it down. But I had another bottle open, so this one's a freshie with y'all guys. So here we go. In my fine earthenware Roman replica cat bowl. Yeah, I'm sure if this was still my dance and get after it days, I'd be a Skrillex nut. Man, I loved me some dance hall music stuff. How about that? Isn't that sad when somebody makes it, you know, in entertainment? Where do they live? America. Where's Henry at now? The former prince. Los Angeles. Cheers, guys. What a productive day. What a productive month. And man, it's so crazy. We're the only ones talking about it. Still find it fascinating. But, you know, like I told y'all a little while ago, I had some anxieties today, you know, and thinking about all of this stuff. You know, again, it's this investigation project. We think 99% sure that an event is happening, and we are seeing the the birth pains right now with the moon, with the sun, with the lotus, with the Venus, with the oh, and they have frogs. They have massive, huge frogs outbreak in southern Florida. Those big old poisonous toads, big, nasty, ugly things. So yeah, that is yes, super intense. Um, yeah, Nemesis, we've got some opposite music tastes. I tell you that right now. Skrillex with corn. I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine what noise those people put out. Yeah, I'm definitely 50s white male in my music taste. Billy Joel, U2, David Matthews, pretty much. Very cool, Ali. The deer is very strong in astrology. Parth has been talking about it a lot. There's the Celtic deer, the Celtic stag, and there's deer throughout. Buck Moon. Thank you, Alchemy. That's why we have you here, Alchemy. That's what's so cool about everything in this group. You know, everybody has their expertise, and somebody asks something, and boop, it pops out. You know, I've long stopped answering questions. Now I interview and I project manage, and I talk politics. And I drink wine. Three things. Three things. Three things I love about Spain. Food is delicious. I don't care who you are. Wine, bountiful, and cost of living is so low, so inexpensive. And yeah, so this whole chicken prepared in loving fashion, and probably best damn chicken I've had in 3 years. €8. Hey Graham, thank you. Yes, you are an astrology go-to person. Ooh, a daddy buck and a baby buck. The baby buck is the new age, Allie. The baby buck is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. It's the golden age, and we're all scared of it. You know, we say we're we can't wait. We're excited, but honestly, I'm scared of it. How about that? Am I? What is going on? Why is my system halting up? Are you guys getting any buffering? Or is it just my system? Yeah, I'm buffering. All right. Getting rid of, yeah, streaming is tough on the systems, and I will be getting a new computer here over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully that helped out. Are you happy, computer? Relax. Too much buffering. All right, guys. So those are my thoughts. I'll see y'all in the chat room.